Hey, Alabella. Thank you. That was a pretty display. Ella, Ella. So we're heading out to the art bus on a beautiful day. Unlike previous videos where it got a little too cold to even be in here over the winter, it's definitely warming up here in East Tennessee. So I'd come in earlier this morning, and I think I'll show you a little bit of that, and cleaned up a little bit because I had some guests this week being here with me. All right, I have been busy. I realized I didn't zoom out far enough for you to see me sweep, but I don't think that's a big deal. And then my husband came over with the stuff to put the air conditioner in the window that had been sitting on the sink for a week. So we did that real quick. I'll show you. Yay! I don't need it right now, but it is nice on hotter days. It will be nice because it does get hot here in the summer and early spring. How about we make some tea? I wonder if in the summer if I'm gonna drink tea when I do art. I think I will. I don't know. To me, it's not like a seasonal thing, so we'll see. But this will be the first summer that I'm going in the art bus. So wait for that to do its thing. And yeah, let's see if that's good. Hopefully that's good. Yeah, I think the art bus feels more cohesive for my working environment. I did have an epiphany this week that I'm going to share with y'all. And then I was thinking, if you're interested, at the end of the video, I'm going to take you over and show you what I've been working on at the home bus. I'm working on building a Catio on our back deck for the cats. So if that's interesting to you, stick around and I'll show it at the end of the video. Oh no! Hold on. Forgot to put stevia leaf in my little guy here. Oh, that's too hot. Okay. Alright. Hot! Okay, we'll do that after. Carry on. So I've had the question asked, what kind of tea do I like? And I like a lot of different kind of tea. I just don't like really flowery tea. But my go-to where I am in this country is Twinings English Breakfast Decaffeinated. And then I don't have a package over here, but Yogi. I like the Yogi teas, pretty much all of them. But my go-to daily tea right now for the past 3 years has been vanilla spice. Yeah, vanilla spice. Chai something. I think it's called chai vanilla spice. I don't remember exactly. I've been doing the 100-day project. I'm posting on Substack and a little bit on my cat YouTube channel, Nat Draws Cats. And yeah, I think I did a week 1 recap of my first 7 days in the 100-day project. I don't know that I'm going to do a weekly recap every week, but I did want to do the first one, and I put that on my Nat Draws Cats channel, and I will link that below so you can see my sketchbook for those 7 days. And I don't know, this feels good to me. This size paper right now and what I've been kind of working with for the project, it feels a little bit doable and more manageable, I think, when the paper is a little smaller. I am also enjoying my Neocolor 2s quite a bit more than I haven't got into these colored pencils much at all. I don't know what it is about them, but I'm liking the Neocolor 2s and the Derwent Inktense. Yeah, that's my go-to right now. I also, my husband wanted some essential oils for the car, and I saw this box and immediately saw a window here, and yeah, that's really like screaming to me to have something done with this. And I also thought maybe I could flatten it in the sketchbook, but then it can be put back together to be used. I don't know. I think I just won't, I don't know if I'll incorporate it into the sketchbook or not, but for it to work, I need to cut these inside tabs. Let's see, can you see them? I didn't really plan on starting this. Maybe this is where this video is going. A lot of times, you know, I try to think about what I'm going to do in my video, but I also really value the spontaneity of not having that planned out as much. So this is kind of like what I was thinking with this idea. I think I need to cut that a little more. Yeah, that'll be better. And then this can slide down without getting in the way of anything. Okay, cool. Hold that thought. Let's see if this works now. I think I'd like to use a piece of paper that is as wide as the opening here. I'll also think about making this window fatter. We might be taking on more than we should chew here. Let's see how this is built. Okay. Deconstruct so we can construct. I need to find another. since I have the art bus. This has only been since I started building it out in September, but I've become quite the little hoarder of trash because I always have ideas now that I can make, which I feel good about because I'm recycling, right? And I think I owe the planet some recycling after having 6 kids and doing diapers, disposable diapers the whole time, because I couldn't imagine washing the diapers in the wash. That grossed me out too bad. So I did disposable for all 6 kids. So I kind of feel like I owe, I got to give back some stuff here. Okay, I think this is working. I wanted to open up the window of this. I don't need these tabs here. This is the first time I'm doing this, so I'm just figuring. I saw this image in my mind of this being a piece of art, and I think that it will be a piece of art. But I want the window to be bigger. So that's the first hurdle. And I also should find my little ruler. Okay, got that. This will work. Turn it over. So it seems that I have some new friends here this week. Welcome. I appreciate y'all subscribing. It really means a lot to me. And I hope that you find it peaceful here. And thank you so much for subscribing. It was unexpected to see that happen. I am Nat, and I am 58 at the time of this video. And basically, I like to play. I like to make things. I like to paint and draw. I live tiny. I create in a tiny space. So yeah, there's a little bit going on there, and I have slowed down. I like to live a more slow, purposeful, intentional life. I worked online for 30 years, and I'm over that now. So now I play with my hands in a more analog, offline way. All right, that really made a big window, I think. So I just need to get rid of that tab, I think. But yeah, so I'm glad you're here. I like to make handmade books. I'm working on a comic idea. There's a lot going on. I have undiagnosed things that you may know more than I do if you observe me long enough. But maybe this year it'll be the year I go get officially diagnosed. I only tuned into my stuff, my neurodivergencies, in the past 3 or 4 years. And I really think that getting offline and traveling and living tiny has helped my nervous system so much that I kind of woke up, if that makes sense. And now that I kind of know these things, even though it's not like officially diagnosed, I feel more empowered. I feel like I have superpowers instead of feeling like I was some weird. And weird is a great term. Like, I like being weird. But as a child, I didn't want to be weird, and I felt like a weirdo my whole childhood. I felt kind of out of place, and I didn't really feel like I fit in with very many people and, stuff like that. Okay, I like this. I think this is happening. I did a lot more deconstruction than I had planned. Oh, that's where the little steely thing is inside the box. Okay, so now, can I get that off? Heck yeah, we can. Okay, I'll leave this, I guess. This doesn't really want to come off. I don't really want to destroy the box any more than I already have. Okay. 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 I think I might just paint these, not paint, maybe paint. Maybe I'll Posca pen these sides black. This isn't going to be something that's going to be visible, I don't think. Oh, yeah. So this week I had a really big epiphany, and I like when that happens because it means, like, I don't know what it means, but it means like I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm feeling different thoughts and vibes that I might have had last week. But the big epiphany is that I like to refer to myself as playing like a child, like I'm creating like a child. I'm in the moment. Because all my life I always was so concerned about what I was creating. Was it good enough? I didn't have a lot of confidence. I still don't. I still struggle with confidence, but when I started doing art, and specifically, working with it regularly for this channel, I wanted to explore, and I kept referring to it being like a child. But having my guests this week, who are children, they're very mature, intelligent, brilliant little souls. It made me think that that's not really the accurate term, because these girls are 10 and they're twins. And if they're watching, hey girls, I don't want to put your names on the internet, but I'm glad you're here. But yeah, I feel, oh, that needs to be black. These little tabs are going to show. So I definitely need those black. But, you know, they were both in here, and they were each creating their own thing. They're twins, identical twins, but they're totally, you know, unique, and they each have their own personalities. And they create differently. You know, they're both creating different things, and they had different ideas on what they wanted to create, and it was cool and awesome to watch. And one of them was being a little bit critical of their work, and you know, I tried to encourage and just say, you know, just play, just have fun, don't worry about the outcome, or if other people like it, you know, don't even ask other people if they like it, just do it and play. And she said, I really like that you call it play. And that, for me, that was the epiphany. It was like, you know, you think of children, and these girls play. I mean, they are outside playing and they're having fun. And so I know that they play, but the one that was saying, you know, I really like that you called it play, hadn't thought of creating being play, you know? And anyways, it was like, oh, wow, you know, it's not, all kids don't have that feeling like they're playing. And it makes sense to me, because when I think about myself as a child, I wouldn't have been doing that either. I was too concerned with it being right or accepted, or if people were happy with it. People pleasing was a big thing for me. And I'm not as much of a people pleaser now, but it can be a struggle still. I don't know that you ever get rid of it totally. But yeah, with my art, I don't, you know, I love it when people love it, but I also, sometimes I don't even love it, but I love what it did, like what it did to my soul or my heart or my mind. You know, like last week, that was such a therapy session for me. Okay, I think all the things that I wanted that might show up are black now. So that's good. So I want to cut a piece of paper. Let me go get one. You know, separating the outcome from emotion. Like, this isn't, I'm not doing this to make a beautiful store-bought, like not store-bought, but a beautiful piece of art that you would want to buy. But you might want to buy it, I don't know. But I'm not making it for that reason, is what I'm trying to say right now. I am making it to experience making art. Does that make sense? You have to let me know what you think about that. Feedback. Okay. Cut this in a straight way. Okay. That's easy. So we have the box, and then I'm gonna put the box all back together and paint it. But the idea is a couple of different scenes in here. So like, you know, that'll be one scene, and then you can move it up to the next scene. I think I can do 3 scenes on this. Another way to do it, which I didn't think about, would be this way, which I could have thought about because I have another idea for that I've been working on. But this is the way I saw it, so that's the way I'm doing it. See if I can get a little bit of paint or water on this. I like art. I love all art, but I really like art that I can play with, you know, that I can... Interactive, that's the word. I really like interactive art. So I think that's why I'm drawn to these kind of like moving things, because it's something that I can like, you know, I can do. I can interact with it. Oh yeah. So that ink is waterproof after it dries. So I probably shouldn't have put water right next to it right at that moment in time. We're gonna wait a second and drink some tea while it dries. Okay, let's see. With some masking tape. You think masking tape would be easy to find at some place like Walmart. Turns out it's not. You can buy like a 4-pack of masking tape at Walmart. But I actually got this tape at Dollar Tree. Just needed 1 roll. Not 4. There we go. 1 more little piece. Okay. I'm really giddy about this, guys. Welcome to Winter Vision. This is Winter's television set where you can watch Winter do his thing. And this episode is called A Day in the Life of Winter. He wakes up and watches the sunrise. And then we take him out and he climbs a tree. And then he snuggles up and goes to sleep. That was fun. All right, you guys ready to go see the Catio progress? Let's go check it out. We'll walk over there outside. Okay, isn't this pretty? This is our backyard right now. There's the art bus. And there's Butch. Hey, buddy. Hi. How you like your Catio? So this is the welding that I did a couple years ago. And then more recently, we were gifted this dog fencing. And so we used it for the framework of the Catio. And then we screened in some of the areas. And then yesterday, I built a bench right there. That cushion can go on it to have a little seat. And then, hi bud. I know, you're ready for your afternoon walk? And then I'm going to build some, a tower type shelf back here. So they already go on the shelf up there. But this way, going into summer, and spring and summer, it'll be a nice little area for them to hang out. So by next week, I should have that tower finished and the whole Catio should be done. All right, well, thanks you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll do so. And we'll see you Sunday at 1 p.m. for the art live stream. And if you can't make it, then we'll see you next Friday here on the channel. And don't forget to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And we'll talk to you later.